What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Hangout Spot, where you already know it's real talk, sports talk, live from my man cave. It's your boy Johnny, and let's talk some football, as I'm going to give you a quick overview of my Week 10 NFL picks for every game, except for one, and we'll talk about why later on, starting with tonight's Thursday night matchup between the 1-7 Carolina Panthers and the 2-7 Chicago Bears, who are playing at home, are coming in as a 3.5-point favorite. And I got to admit, I don't see this being a good game at all. In fact, I see it being a low-scoring game between two rookie quarterbacks who are still trying to figure it out. But I do think playing at home with the home field advantage, the Bears will pull out this game. They will cover the spread, and they'll win this game 17-10 in ugly fashion. Which leads to my next game, which is the first game on Sunday between the 4-5 Indianapolis Colts, who are playing against the 2-7 New England Patriots on a neutral playing field in Frankfurt, Germany. That's the 9:30 a.m. game on Sunday. The Colts are coming in as a 1.5-point favorite, and I just think they're the better team. I don't think the Patriots are a good team at all. In fact, I think the Patriots stink, and I'm not just saying that because I'm a Jet fan. Trust me when I tell you, it's hard for me to believe that a team coached by Bill Belichick is this bad, but they are. So I got the Colts actually winning this game 22-16 and obviously covering the 1.5 points in a game that I also think may be a bit ugly. Next one on the docket is the 4-4 Houston Texans, coming off a big win last week, traveling to Cincinnati to play against the 5-3 Cincinnati Bengals, who, after a slow start, are finally starting to look like the Bengal team everybody thought they were going to be coming into the season. Joe Burrow is starting to look a lot like the old Joe Burrow. They've won 4 straight, but this won't be an easy task because they're playing against a young rookie quarterback from my beloved Ohio State University, C.J. Stroud, who is just playing out of his mind football. 14 touchdowns so far against 1 interception. It's just been simply amazing. And he's willed this team to a 500 record. Right now, they're in the playoff hunt. But this is going to be a tough task to go to Cincinnati and win this game. I don't see how the Bengals lose this game. It looks like they are starting to get into a nice groove. They are a 7-point favorite. So I do think that they win the game, and actually I do think that they cover the spread as well. I think C.J. Stroud is probably going to struggle a bit in this game, and he's finally going to come back down to earth a little bit if I had to make that prediction. Either way, I think the Bengals win this game 31-21 at home, which leads us to our next game, which is the New Orleans Saints, who at 5-4 are going to be playing against the 5-4 Minnesota Vikings at Minnesota. And the Saints are coming into this game as a 2.5-point favorite, or actually they just changed the spread to 3 points. And this is an interesting game. It really is, because the Saints have been up and down. I mean, Derek Carr has been up and down. The offense has been up and down, even though they are playing at, they are at 5-4. I don't know if I trust them going against a team that right now are riding the Joshua Dobbs magic carpet. I mean, what he did last week was pretty special. I mean, he pretty much was traded for, came to the team on Tuesday, had no intentions in playing on Sunday. Their starter got hurt. He was thrust into action. I don't think he knew half of the playbook, if that much. He definitely didn't even know half of the players' names, yet he willed his team to victory. It was a great story. It was great to see. And I do think that they are going to continue to ride that magic carpet and win 24-21 in Minnesota. Our next game is the 3-5 Green Bay Packers, who are going to be playing the 5-3 Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers are coming into this game as a 3-point favorite. Honestly, I don't think the Packers are a good team at all. I don't think Jordan Love is a good quarterback at this point in his career. And I just think that the Steelers are the better coach team. They're playing at home. Their defense has been playing pretty well. I think the Steelers win this game 19-13 and cover the 3 points. Moving along to our next game, which is the 3-5 Tennessee Titans, who are going to be playing the 3-5 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are coming into this game as a 1-point favorite. They've lost 4 games in a row. Hard for me to think that they'll lose 5 games in a row, especially to a Titan team that has been, again, another team that has been up and down and hasn't lived up to expectations. This is going to be their 3rd game that they're starting their rookie quarterback, Will Levis. I don't think that they're going to be able to go to Tampa and beat the Buccaneers. I have the Buccaneers winning this game 28-17 and obviously covering the spread, which leads us to our next game, which is an interesting one. One of our better games of the 1 o'clock slate, which is the 5-3 San Francisco 49ers, who are going to be traveling to face the 6-2 Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jaguars have won 5 straight. The Niners have faced a little bit of adversity. Brock Purdy specifically, they've lost 3 straight, but they also made a trade this past right before the deadline to pick up Chase Young, which I think is going to be a huge pickup and will bolster an already strong defensive line. I find it hard to believe that the Niners are going to lose 4 straight games, and I do think that the Jaguars are due to come back down to earth a little bit, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I do think that the Jaguars are legit. I think they're one of the better teams in the AFC and definitely a contender to challenge the Chiefs and possibly make it to an AFC championship game. But I just think that the Niners are going to be able to do enough to pull this game out, and I see them winning this game 27-21 and obviously covering the spread, which is a bold prediction, playing on the road with the way they've been playing the last few weeks. Our next game is another interesting one. You have the 5-3 Cleveland Browns, who are going to be traveling in a division game against the 7-2 Baltimore Ravens. That game will be in Baltimore, and the Ravens are coming in as a 6.5-point favorite, almost a touchdown favorite. These are 2 legit defenses. Lamar Jackson has been playing at a high level. Deshaun Watson has been injured. He did play last week, but when he's been out there, he's been a bit up and down. I don't know if I trust their offense against the Baltimore defense. I know the spread is high, especially for a division opponent, but I think that the Ravens are a better coached team, and they will win this game at home and go to 8-2, and I see this game finishing 24-17, meaning they do pick up the 6.5 points and beat the spread. Now we go to our 4 o'clock games, and our first one is going to be the 4-5 Atlanta Falcons, who are going to be playing against the 1-8 Arizona Cardinals. The Falcons come into this game as a 1.5-point favorite. I think it's pretty obvious. It's hard for me to pick the Cardinals to beat anybody, whether they're playing on the road or whether they're playing at home. I believe rumor is that Kyler Murray will play. I just don't think it's going to be enough. I think that at the end of the season, the Cardinals are going to have to make a decision because they're probably going to be finishing with the top overall pick. Do you stay with Kyler Murray, or do you use that pick to draft Caleb Williams, who is probably going to be the first pick taken overall and the top quarterback in the draft? Either way, getting back to it, I see the Falcons winning this game at 20-10 and obviously covering the 1.5 points. Our next game is definitely our best 4 o'clock game, and that's the 6-2 Detroit Lions against the 4-4 LA Chargers, fresh off their victory over my New York Jets. And this was an interesting one for me, too, when I first looked at it, because the Chargers appear like they're turning the corner. Their offense is legit, top 10. They weren't really good last week, but they were playing against a top defense. Justin Herbert is still one of the better quarterbacks in the league. But facts are facts. And even though the Jets couldn't take care of take advantage of a poor secondary, I think the Lions can. I mean, Goff is having a really good season. Their offense is explosive, and I don't see how they don't take advantage of, like I said, a weak secondary. I have the Lions, who are a 3-point favorite in this game, winning this game in a close game. I don't think that it's going to be a blowout by any means. I think the Chargers are going to be in this game until the end, but I do think that the Lions pull it out and they cover the 3 points by winning 28-24. Our next game is the New York Giants, the 2-7 New York Giants, who are going to be traveling to Dallas to play the 5-3 Cowboys in a division game, in a game that the Cowboys are favored to win by a whopping 16.5 points. In fact, I'm just looking at the new spread. It's now at 17 points. So they are favored to win by 2 touchdowns and a field goal. That's always very high in any NFL game against any NFL team. But we are talking about the Giants, who are not very good on offense, not very good on defense. In fact, they're respectable on defense. I shouldn't say that. But Daniel Jones was lost last week to a torn ACL, so he's out for the season. I have not seen the updated injury report, so we are not sure if Tyrod Taylor is going to play. But if he doesn't, they're going to go with their third-string quarterback, Tommy DeVito. And if that happens, I really don't see how the Giants can score any points against this Cowboy defense. They will probably move the ball a bit by running it with Saquon Barkley and maybe muster up a couple of field goals. But I do have the Cowboys winning this game and covering the spread 34-9. And then our last 4 o'clock game will be the Washington Commanders, who come in at 4-5, and they're going to be traveling to Seattle to play the Seattle Seahawks, who at 5-3 are 6.5 point favorites, but they are coming off a loss to the Baltimore Ravens, where they did not look good at all. But besides that, they look pretty solid, under Pete Carroll, and he's done an amazing job with Geno Smith all year. In fact, he's done an amazing job with Geno Smith for the last year and a half, who's resurrected his career at quarterback. And then you have the Commanders, and, they're so inconsistent. You don't know what Commander team you're going to get week after week. Are you going to get the team that, went head-to-head with Philly a couple weeks ago, the team that beat New England last week, or are you going to get the team that shit in the bed against the Giants, 14-17. I can't trust them. And it's hard for me to believe that a team coached by Pete Carroll, playing at home, coming off a big humiliating loss, is going to lose to an inconsistent Commander team. But I don't think they cover the spread. I think it's going to be a little bit closer than what people expect. So I'm picking the Seahawks to win this game 21-19. However, not going to cover. So if you're going to pick on the spread, I'd pick for the Commanders. I'm going to skip over the Sunday night game because I'm going to personally do a video on that one tomorrow, where I analyze the Jets versus the Raiders, and I give you my 5 keys to take away, and I give you my predictions. So we're going to skip to the Monday night game, and that game is going to be the Denver Broncos at 3-5, who have been actually playing pretty good football as of late, winners of 2 straight, and they're going to be traveling to Buffalo to play the Buffalo Bills, who at 5-4 are coming off a loss to the Bengals, a 24-18 loss to the Bengals. The Bills are coming into this game as a 1.5 favorite. That is the spread at this moment. I do think this is going to be a lot better of a game that most people will probably have thought weeks ago when they saw it on the schedule. It's hard for me to believe, as good as the Broncos have been playing lately, that they're going to be able to go to Buffalo on primetime and beat a Bills team coming off a loss. So I'm going to pick the Bills to win this game. And strangely enough, I'm going to pick them to cover the spread. I see this as a 34-21 game because I just don't trust the Broncos defense at all. And I do think that after 2 straight wins, one of them coming off an impressive one coming off the Chiefs, I think they come back down to earth a little bit. And I think the Bills put themselves in a position to be talked about as, again, a possible division winner in the AFC East, something the Jets couldn't do and take advantage of last week. And those are my picks for the week. Like I said before, I will be doing another video to go over and analyze and predict the Jets versus Raiders Sunday night game. That'll be tomorrow, so look forward to that. And then this Saturday evening at 7:30, we have my Ohio State Buckeyes, who will be playing on national TV against the Michigan State Spartans. I might as well go ahead and predict that the Ohio State Buckeyes are just going to blow the Spartans out of the stadium. They're playing at home. They're playing in the Horseshoe. I know this was supposed to be only NFL predictions, but screw it. I'm wearing a Ohio State hat. I'm wearing a jersey, so I'm in the mood. Ohio State is coming into this game as a 31.5-point favorite. I do think they cover that, and they win big, 45-7. Our defense is legit. We are the number one team in the nation right now, and I think that this just continues to cement that we're going to be the top team going into the playoffs, or the top team at least going into that Michigan matchup a few weeks from now. But anyhow, those are my predictions. Call them crazy, call them legit, but if you do happen to pick any of them and you end up winning, I don't mind taking donations. So feel free to join. Feel free to donate to the Man Cave charity if you wish. But let me know anyway. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. And if you enjoyed this video, as always, please hit the like button and subscribe and support your boy and come hang out with me more often. But either way, I enjoy doing these videos for you. I appreciate everybody watching. I appreciate your support. And until next time, this is your boy Johnny signing out from the Man Cave, and I will talk to you soon.